Guys, it's your boy, Barca Boy 103. Today we're going to be doing the match preview for Girona versus Barcelona in La Liga. It is the final big game for Barcelona this season, as we do have a top of the table clash in La Liga that will definitely have a monumental factor in who will finish in second place, but most importantly, get on the plane to Saudi Arabia for the 2025 Spanish Super Cup. It is the final and minimum objective left for the season of Barcelona to achieve. But before we get into it, make sure you guys smash that like button down below. Let's try to get the 200 likes in this video. Be very much appreciated. Also, if you're new, make sure you subscribe down below if you haven't already, and let's get into it. Kickoff time for this match will be taking place at 6:30 p.m. local time. It's a bit earlier than usual. We do have the late evening kickoff per se, and this match will be taking place at the Montilivi Stadium, which is the home of Girona, and it's about a 10 minutes bus ride from the Camp Nou. And the referee for this match has also been confirmed. On the pitch, it will be Alejandro Hernandez, and on the VAR, it will be Juan Martinez Muniera. Let's start off by taking a look at the league table, where Barcelona are currently sat in second place in La Liga on 73 points after playing 33 matches. We have 22 wins, 7 draws, and 4 losses. You look at our last 5 games in the league, 4 wins and 1 loss. Our opponents, Girona, are in third place, 2 points behind us on 71 points. After playing 33 matches, they also have 22 wins, but 5 draws and 6 losses. You look at their last 5 games in the league, 2 losses and 3 wins. So it's a very much similar and close records. We had a few point lead a while ago. They were of course way behind, way in front of us as well. So it's kind of evened out over recent weeks. It is a top of the table clash. The good news about this game, that a draw does favor Barcelona. Again, now it's coming down to whoever finished in second place. And of course, if we win, the point difference goes to 5, and you're pretty much in cruise control with how many games remaining? 4 games remaining. So again, if we lose, they can turn it around. If we win, they can turn it around as well. It's not really definitive. The points gap is still pretty minimal, to a point that it can be flipped around quite easily with the remaining 4 games. But it's a game that Barcelona have to win. We literally cannot afford not to be in the Super Cup next January, not only for the money, but also for the opportunity to win a trophy as well mid-season. Atletico Madrid, 4th place, they got their way too behind for that. Real Madrid, they've won the title, they're way too far ahead for that. So it's just coming down to that middle ground, 2nd versus 3rd on paper. And it's going to be quite the interesting matchup, and that will definitely play a big role in who will be on that plane to Saudi in January. Let's now take a look at our opponents in Girona. Of course, Girona have been the surprise package this season. They've, of course, qualified for European competition for the first time in their history, and they've been absolutely unbelievable this season for their expectations, being in the top 4, being top of the table for a good month or so, or even 3 months of this season, but have fallen off in the, intense moment of the season. Now, the last time we faced them was back in December at the Montjuic, where they did beat us 4-2. I would say the scoreline is a bit flattering. Probably should have been 3-2. They went 1-0 up. We brought it back to 1-1. They went up to 3-1. We pulled it back 3-2, and then they made it 4-2 on a counterattack where they had that we were outnumbered. Line for this match on the right-hand side of your screen as well. Of course, Tsyhankov Peña was in goal at the time. Araujo was out right back. Had somewhat of an unbalanced midfield 3. Joao Felix starting on the left as well. But it was a game that we dominated, but they also dominated as well. When we went forward, they looked we looked very strong. When they moved forward, they looked very strong as well. I remember them having a lot of chances in the first half, and second half was pretty much kind of all Barcelona, so to speak. But a game that could have gone either way, but went in the way of Girona in this game. Now, take a look at Girona's last 5 matches in all competition. In their last match, they beat Las Palmas 2-0. They beat Cadiz 4-1. They lost to Atletico Madrid 3-1. They beat Betis 3-2. And they lost to Getafe 1-0. They got done at the Coliseum. That's crazy. But let's take a look at the last 3 games in all competition. Firstly is the 3-1 loss to Atletico Madrid, where they did go 1-0 up in this game. They went 1-0 up very early on, with Dovbyk getting the goal. And after that, you knew that Atletico Madrid at the Wanda, they were not going to lose. They've only lost twice in the past 2 years, and they've both been to us because we're just that good. But you know that Atletico Madrid were going to win this game easily, especially once they made it 2-1 before halftime. They were going to be in cruise control for that second half. I would say Girona put up a fight for that first 25-30 minutes, but once the gap kind of, became wider, it was difficult for Girona to compete. Although they didn't, get turned over, it wasn't, a whitewash per se. They were in the game for quite some time, but again, being away and the superiority of Atletico Madrid did end up costing them. But they did beat Atletico Madrid, I believe, in the first leg in November at home, like 4-3. So you can say it was even over the course of 2 legs. Next up is their 4-1 win against Cadiz. This was an absolute plummeting. This is the game where they want to get, regain some confidence. You had Eric Garcia scoring a goal as well in this game from the corner kick. It was a very professional performance from Girona, but also they played very well. They were very clinical on the night. They created a lot of chances. Again, Cadiz are not really the best side in the world at home as well. You expect this kind of result. So overall, routine win for them this season, especially being one of the better sides in La Liga this season. And their final match in all competition was a 2-0 win against Las Palmas. Now, this game was very controversial. A lot of penalty calls, a lot of VAR checks, It was quite all over the place, dodgy decisions as well. But I think Girona were the better side of this game. They would have won this game regardless of the decisions going their way or not. Las Palmas could have had a penalty. Girona's penalty was quite dodgy. They had to retake penalties. Penalties were missed. It was absolutely all over the place. But in the end, Girona got the 3 points. And I said, well-deserving 3 points. I don't think that Las Palmas were really in the game too much. Again, we were really, raving Las Palmas this season under Garcia Pimienta, but they've kind of dropped off a lot second half of the season. And this is no surprise of a result either. Now, on the screen right now is the lineup that I believe that Mikel will select for Girona in this match. I think he'll keep it consistent with his 4-2-3-1. I think he'll go with Gazzaniga in goal, a back four of Eric Garcia at right back, David Lopez, Daley Blind, and Miguel Gutierrez. Double pivot of Ángel Herrera and Alex Garcia, with Ivan Martí sitting in the 10, Yankuto on the right, Savio on the left, and Dovbyk up front. Honestly speaking, I would be shocked if he made any changes. He may make a change in the midfield, maybe bringing David Lopez back in the pivot, and maybe bringing in another center back per se. I forget that other player they have, Tsyhankov, the Ukrainian winger. He could bring him in as well, but I think barring this one change at the absolute most, this will be the lineup. Again, very, very strong on paper, and again, players to watch out for. You have Eric Garcia, who is our player, and also Alex Garcia, who are being heavily linked with. Those are the 2 players that I would say specifically to watch in this game on their performance. But this lineup, of course, has done very well for them this season, and I think that Mikel will select this lineup for this match. So overall, final thoughts on Girona. They're an absolutely fantastic squad. They played very well this season, and they're very well managed by their manager, Mikel, who's done an absolutely unbelievable job for them this season, pushing, challenging for league titles, now securing them a European spot as well. They're a very, very good side. They dominate the phases of play. They have good possession. They're very strong on the counterattack as well. Very well organized and well structured team this season. In terms of players to look out for, again, I mentioned the 2 I would say personally in Alex Garcia and Eric Garcia based on their performances, because they are a little bit linked with the future of Barcelona. But other players, I think Savio has done very well for them this season. Dovbyk up front, of course, leading the Pichichi race. He's been very clinical this season, although he just has scored quite a bit of penalties. Yankuto, who I do like on the right-hand side, I watch out for him. Ivan Martí and Ángel Herrera are very much professional players. Same with Daley Blind and David Lopez. They're kind of there as veterans. Go there and do their job, so to speak. They're not really players I expect, raw talent from and individual brilliance from. Miguel Gutierrez, who I think got the man of the match in the first game at the Montjuic at left back. He's very strong as well. Gazzaniga has been on fire recently, saving penalties and being important for them. So it's a very well balanced squad, very strong as well, with very, very big assets to themselves. But the weak points are there. They're quite obvious. Dominating their phases of play, hitting them on the counter attack, and also scoring those chances as well, because they do leak a few chances in every game. If you look at their wins recently, they're all 3-1s, 4-1s, 4-2s. Keeping a clean sheet for them hasn't been, their best asset this season, so that's something that can definitely be vulnerable for Barcelona in this match. Time now to get into Xavi's press conference reaction. He was press on this morning, of course. He has a lot of questions in the media about the current state of the squad, fighting for second place, some transfer news as well. Typical press conference, nothing really surprising of the matter. But let's get and see what Xavi had to say this morning in the presser. He came out saying this will be a vital match. Their confidence is through the roof. We have to congratulate them. Their season is magnificent at an extraordinary level. As Girona of champions, it will be an intense match. They have a lot of mobility in their squares, a fantastic 1-against-1, an exceptional season for them as well. Then as on the rivalry, saying that there's no challenge with Michel, but there is football revenge. For the first round, they were very forceful. We did not adjust well. We did not defend well in the area. They have associated play. They have confidence, and it's not a personal challenge, but a team challenge. I love hearing that from Xavi, that he wants revenge for the first game of this season. Then as on Victor Roque, now I just want to mention that Victor Roque will miss this match. He missed training this morning. I think he had a bit of an illness. He's a bit sick, under the weather, so he will miss this game. But Xavi was asked on his future following all the reports about a potential loan this summer, and Xavi said what can happen is that he can recover and be available for us. There are 5 games left. He's a Barcelona player. We will talk at the end of the season. It ain't looking good, bruv. He was then asked on the loan of Eric Garcia, saying that he has a place at Barcelona. He didn't want to leave. It was a matter of fair play, and we want him back this summer. Bloody hell. Xavi wants about 8 center backs in the first team next season. I mean, we'll see. He could just be playing on, his price or whatever the case may be. But anyways, then as on Girona in the Champions League, saying little is going to change. They will come out. They also want to have second place. There's much more at stake. His mentality will not change even if Athletic fails. Then as on the Girona squad, saying that it's not the same to play for Barcelona as it is for Girona. You have more peace of mind. I don't know if they would adapt here. They have quality players who have played at a very good level of football. Then is asked on claiming second place, and it's not a final, it is not vital, so to speak, but it is transcending. So again, he's right. If we lose this game, Girona will only be 1 point behind us, and so 4 games left, anything can happen. So I understand his point of view, but again, it is still a very important game. Then as on Lewandowski's transfer rumor, saying that it's if he understands criticism, he has to understand that it comes from the coach. We value Lewandowski a lot for the future, and we will decide at the end of the season. I like how Xavi stayed consistent with the Victor Roque answer and also Lewandowski answer, saying that we'll decide at the end of the season, keeping both their futures open, so to speak. And if he just ended it off by Lewandowski's a lot for the future, stuff like that, and then you would have thought, okay, Victor Roque is definitely gone, Lewandowski is definitely staying. But with that, he keeps it fair and keeps that door open. Then as on whether the referees can help Barcelona gain second spot, he said, I respect all opinions. Everyone dares to give their opinions to judge us. I hope the referees go unnoticed and get everything right in this game. Then as on Oil Romeo, saying that more than the pressure, it started very well. He then participated less, also due to injuries, and then we chose others. We have chosen others in the end. It's about your performances. Basically saying that he did alright at the start, then he just dropped off and he was shite. Then as on the Pichichi race, saying that it's not the main objective. The main objective is to finish second place, of course, 100%. On the competitiveness, he said we have been competitive. We have been competing very well for 3 months. We have improved in many factors. We are competing like lately. This is the way, and there is no other. Then as on Araujo, saying that football is a game of mistakes. It's a matter of minimizing them. These are specific situations, not just with Ronald. I don't think it's because of the contract situation that he does have at the club. Then as on the rise of Fermin Lopez, saying that Fermin Lopez is a great discovery. We saw him with 2 to 3 training sessions during preseason. We liked him. He's an important breakthrough. He is dynamic. He has the passion as well, and he's now even arrived to the scene. He's a Barcelona level player. He's a source of pride, and we have to protect his talent. Then as on Eric Garcia and Romeo's futures, and it's very difficult to change this trend. How many people support Barcelona and Girona? It has nothing to do with it. While you talk to Eric, he has the feeling of being more liberated playing for Girona. That's true. It's difficult to change that perspective. And finally, he was asked on an injury update / fitness update on Pedri, saying that it's an idea to play with 4 midfielders. This season, we have almost never had 4 or 5 midfielders available. He's ready to compete, though. He is fully recovered. Don't like that from Xavi, saying that his plan this whole entire season was to play 4 midfield. Of course, he started at the beginning of the season. We all got upset. We said play 3 forwards. We played 3 forwards. Then we cooked Betis and Antwerp 5-0 back-to-back. And since then, we never really gone back to 4 midfield unless we played, a top side. The 4 midfield, works and is effective against teams that, can outrun us, teams that are at a high level. But against teams like, I would say, 6 and under in La Liga, I would definitely go with, 3 natural forwards. But anyways, that concluded Xavi's press conference reaction ahead of the match against Girona tomorrow. Let's now get into the lineup prediction. We're going to start with the manager, of course, Xavi Hernandez. I'm going to try my best to predict his lineup. I think it will be very, 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 very easy to predict. I've gone with this lineup. on the screen right now, I've gone with Ter Stegen in goal, a back four of Koundé, Araujo, Cubarsí, and Joao Cancelo, midfield three of Christensen, Gundogan, and Pedri, and a front three of Lamine Yamal, Lewandowski, and Raphinha. Barring any changes, I doubt this lineup will change. The one question mark is Fermin Lopez. He did play, of course, very well against Valencia on Monday. I think he deserves a start, but who do you drop him for? Do you drop him for Raphinha? No. Lamine Yamal? No. Pedri? No. Gundogan? No. Sorry, lad. I mean, that's the only contention position for this lineup. Maybe he could bring in Inigo for Cubarsí for experience and also to rest Cubarsí a bit. I mean, again, I would be shocked if he picks any other lineup than this 11. It's our best 11 with the balance of the two wingers, the balance of the midfield, the balance of the fullbacks as well. It is the Gala 11 right now, essentially. So anything other than this lineup, genuinely, I would be beyond shocked. And that's not the thing that Xavi Hernandez will select for this match. But of course, in the comments down below, let me know what you think Xavi will go with. Now I'm going to show you guys my lineup, what I would do if I was the Barcelona coach. I'm not going to beat around the bush. I'm not going to waste you guys' time. I picked the exact same lineup. Again, you could bring in Inigo. You could bring in Fermin. Why bother? We play once a week. Play your full star. Play your strongest squad. Go out there and try and get 3 points. And that's the mindset I have with this lineup. And that's the lineup that I would select for this match. But of course, in the comments down below, let me know if you agree with my lineup and Xavi's lineup. Time now for my score prediction. What do I believe the result will be in this match? I've gone with a high scoring draw of a 2-2. I don't know. I think both teams will go for it. I think this is, not an even game per se. Of course, I think Barcelona are the better side, but with it being away from home, it kind of, balances things out a little bit. For me, it depends on the start of the game. I mean, if Barcelona start off well, go 1-0 up, you never know. But if we start off, poorly, we can see it early on. I'm talking first 10, 15 minutes. I think we're absolutely cooked. Again, depends on that first half an hour, where the score line is, which team is dominating, things of that nature. I don't really see Barcelona losing this game. Yes, we almost lost to Valencia, but we had 10 men. That was a bit, a different scenario. I think if, we play our way, it's a big game. Hopefully the players will be up for it. I really can't see us losing this game. Girona's home form against the top side. I think they lost to Madrid 3-0. They beat Atletico 4-3 in the last second, winning goal. So they've been quite tight, but, I don't know. I just have this feeling that we won't lose, but a draw, definitely the most likely outcome in my opinion. I think there's a better chance, in my opinion, that Barcelona win this game than Girona. But overall, I've gone with a 2-2 draw as my official prediction. But of course, in the comments down below, let me know what you think the scoreline will be. So that was a match preview for Girona versus Barcelona in La Liga. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and of course leave me your thoughts down below in the comments on everything we discussed. The main thing I want to firstly, of course, is your score prediction. And secondly, on the lineup, firstly, do you agree with my lineup and Xavi's lineup? Secondly, if you don't agree with it, of course, what lineup would you select if you were the Barcelona manager? And of course, make sure you guys subscribe down below if you haven't already. And I will see you guys tomorrow for the live watch along. Set the reminder on the screen and come and join me, watch the game with me. Follow track of the match by my match reviews. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Big game ahead. Let's hope for somewhat of a positive result and somewhat of a good performance and good result in a big game this season. Take care and Forza Barca.